I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning.
Artlist.io.
But you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself.
Yeah, you gon' need 100 men, 100 scopes, 100 cans just for you to watch
Music
what I'm doing
licensing
under the sun again.
reimagined.
Gotta give them seeds to win the running man. If you want me to get it poppin', may cost 100 pence. Yeah, what I supply is always in demand. The throne is mine, take that. It ain't a high five, got the upper hand. I'm too real, can't fake that. Who you know put a fear in them like this? You a vampire, still suck when you bite this. Lord forgive me for my sins, I'm feeling righteous. But they been next to me to show me I might just. They didn't think I could do it, I had to demonstrate how the flow is so heavenly, keeping demons straight. Who they fooling, I showed them the jig is up again. When I asked them who was the best, they get to stuttering. Tell them
I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself.
Music licensing reimagined.
But you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself.
I came this far, nothing can't stop me now. They knock me down, but they can't count me out. I can't lose, I won't lose. I can't lose, I won't lose. You may wanna save yourself. I think it's best you run up.
We have our team.
Alright, what's up, peeps? We are playing some Liu Shan again as support. Pick up that knowledge gem here. Here's the runes again, typical tank meta here. Fate, Harmony, Void. Let me know if that was too quick, otherwise you can pause anytime if you need that. I'm pretty sure everybody knows the runes by now, the Arcana, technically speaking. Anyways, just going over the skills in case you're new to Liu Shan. Your 1 has the movement speed, the knockup, and the shield with AD scaling. Your 2 has an AoE clap that functions as a hard stun with some AD scaling as well. And your 3 is a spin AoE AD scaling that allows you to also activate your other skills simultaneously in your ult spin. So that covers the skills there. Go ahead and try to push the mid lane first. So we have powerful zone on our team with the mid lane pickup, powerful burst damage, and then go rotate back to the Garo. A lot of shit talking this game from my Dodgy, getting mad like what are you doing, whatever. Ended up scoring higher than her at the end game. So karma is real. Watch out. Anyways, I pick up this aura here for the 34 to 72 scales. That's why it says that the 34 to 72 on the armor and magic resist for the team. So once you make that a tier 3, everybody gets even more aura of tankiness, because that's exactly what armor and magic resist do, is gives you tankiness. So you'll have more survivability, mitigate that trade value, secure micro for your team. So you'll get those pokes and they'll get lesser value from their own pokes. So pretty good stuff. See a play happening here. Try to stop that, and we did. Clap that. Arc picks up the kill. She was flawless this game. Picked up a 0. Absolutely stunning performance on this cyborg. So that being said,
let me show you how it's done. Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
We're gonna check out her runes here. She did go monsters. Oh, correction. Giant's Grip. For some reason I call it Monster's Grip all the time. Unparalleled, really good stuff. The Hunt and the Eagle Eye. Unparalleled is great because that exceeds the critical damage cap, whereas you cannot have the highest crit damage in the game without building that. A lot of people were sleeping on that one. So really good stuff to see on my arc there, and she does get banned a lot, as we've said in previous videos. Slight correction for those who've been watching the Duan Huang guide. I made a mistake on the one skill, thinking that having lesser balls was less heals. What happened there was I was running the Avarice rune. For those of you who don't know the Avarice, that gives you magical lifesteal. And I was playing at top lane. And the reality is you don't get any heals unless you have 3 balls. So, unless you have the Avarice runes. So I got slightly confused there, so we're just trying to make that right. So you don't get confused. If you're staying tuned into the channel, don't think that's a hack. So reality is we are getting hacked, but they're, you know, being pretty sneaky about it. Like the removal of the aura, etc., etc. Anyways, we pick up that Shield of Redemption here. So we'll put that in the top right for you to go over it for 10 seconds. So you can see the value there. Eat that in your brain. Real good stuff, nummy num. See them trying to aggress my T1 here, so I'm trying to kill these minions and simultaneously push them off. Did pretty good there. I noticed the arc coming in my peripheral on the minimap here. So I try to do something about that. Try to stop this invisible Ave Core. Forgive me, I don't know his name. I don't see that one too often, so. Anyways, lady gets caught here. I was going back for a heal and she didn't realize it or something, so I couldn't respond in time. Goes back to response times, but we make it right. I come back. I don't like to greed my life state. If you get really low and they see you as a real hard carry support, they will try to clap you. So I am in the habit of not trying to greed ever. If you get punished all the time, your body will react. Your emotional response in the brain, M. Night Shyamalan, and your split movie is the brain will protect itself. And the reality is, if you've been punished, a lot of times you will build perfection through experience. So face the sting of your actions, have some accountability for your mistakes, and you will grow through analyzation. Goes back to analyze, evolve, win. So stick around. You're gonna grow. Anyways, tried to get this Daji to come out here. And I freeze the lane for her. And again, she was trash talking me like, why aren't you in the bot lane? Trying to secure her damage and gold. And she just sits there and trolls and freezes. Sits there, whatever. I'm like, okay, well then I freeze it there for her as a courtesy. So it's still there, but Angela might push it forward. Either way, I wasn't sure what her problem was. She ended up with a 0 in the game, but she had lesser KD and lesser grading, so not sure. I saw the arc playing competently. You can see she's a top 1% player. I set her up for another kill and just walk away to cut it off in case she decided to go back. The other option she had was to go a different direction, but arc would have already pursued that. So arc is looking good here with a 401. Again, she is a flawless in this game, and 1% kind of dictates that level of skill and precision. And unparalleled is not as common as you think it is. You'll usually see the calamity or the mutation is what I see a lot of. So there's that. That was my only death all game. Did end with the survival legend here. Again, trying to prioritize that mid lane. You'll notice in pro level games, that's what they're prioritizing. I watch a lot of esports. That's where I get a lot of data from. And yeah, Daji thought it was more important to help the side lane out that was losing. Like, okay, well, again, about response times. If they take the mid lane, one, they have the condition to steamroll through if they get the gold lead, and two, you're giving them easier response times from any point of the map to get to the middle rather than to the side. That's why the side lanes go first. So it doesn't make sense that she made that call, but it's okay. Sorry about the battery warning there. My phone is on charge, but for some reason it is dying. Anyways, looking good here.
Killing spree.
As we're dead, we're just panning over to the Arc to see if she makes some more plays because she was really exciting this match. I love to see really competent players. That just brings a lot of joy into my life. I get a lot of people who troll, and it's very annoying. Daji was probably talking shit. That's why I'm standing here. It was not a hack. So I'm just defending myself to someone who wants to throw me under the bus, and I do so in all chat, so reputation precedes me. And yeah, don't be a pushover is the moral of the story. Don't let people try to walk over you and try to tell you how to play. Reality is I create the meta, and the catalyst for the meta, and a lot of people don't like that. It's kind of like how they felt about my 0, or I think it was a 1-0-12 or a 0-0-12 high no on support lane, and they punished me for that. Like it's broken, and he plays broken and tries to break the meta. We don't like that because we didn't know about it, and I do it before they did. Dax, I did it first, and they reported me for stealing the mid lane, even though I had a perfect support build as a high no in the bot lane. So, a little resentment, hatred, envy, etc. It is what it is. That's just human mentality. When they realize someone is better than you.
This is my world now. Humanity will be all but a memory. This ring will be operational.
The mental response there is to cry about it, be a baby, have a tantrum. Low emotional health and inequality, no resolve. Typical sinners. So, moral of the story is be a good person. It's not hard to be a good person. Alright. Anyways, oh well. We'll see if we can get you guys another high no support. It definitely works really well. Your poke will set you up for immense success. And they get easy kill potential, and with that ult, you get all your life back. So, it has superb tanking value, great peel value, great poke value. I had the Fate Harmony Void as well. And the only thing I switched was the Fate for Nightmare just to get that penetration. So I had the Nightmare Harmony Void correction on the runes on that. So in case you're wanting to play that yourself and I don't get the video, Nightmare. Harmony Void on high no, starting with the Shield of Redemption, and to basically the same build that I have here on Liu, Shan, and Wan Huang. Typical meta build. It's got all the counter build components in the tier 3s. Just don't throw the game. And even then, watch out, because I didn't throw the game when we won, and I still got thrown in the bus. A lot of malintent elitism going on. They're mad. They say it's unfair. Cat Williams, poor little Tink Tink. Go watch that video, it's really funny. I was hoping Daji was going to stay here, and she just threw me under the bus. And I can just use my 1, hit that turret, disable it. And then she didn't want to take the tier 1 mid for some reason. So you can tell there's a lot of resentment build up here. And I'm not making any better. I could choose to shut up, but the reality is I'm not going to be pushover. So I kept talking shit back to her, but she opened the door for that. So it's self-defense. Don't provoke and aggress someone, or that looks bad on you. But whatever. Again, I don't get tilted. I don't care. I'm tilt proof. I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna do my job at the end of the day until I'm just sitting here talking shit. But unfortunately, you don't get to see that in the replay. Yeah, I was like, it says tap to chat here, but it doesn't show. I'm just like recall. If you see those, the do it before or the do it after, or wrap it in your head, save it for later. It's kind of like what Dead by Daylight's going through here. Sad faces and happy faces, and save it. Go sideways on your screen as a save it. I'm the one who created that, so. You know, they're trying to use my creative genius toolbox as a tool for all of you. Some of you like it, some of you don't like it. Fascism in the Americas, in the world, whatever. Either way, I didn't do it to you, but I did create it. I think it's funny. Anyways, we got a good play there going. Try to see if they want to go for this. Yup. He trades off me, so I just use my 1 to disable that turret. I saw they were being pretty bold there, pretty brave. So I push forward here, try to secure them that. These runes are really good. As you can see, he's equal level to me. That's why I had Ogren lower on the list. Everybody bans him, but the problem is it's very hard to play that well, and it plays well under conditions where it has a snowball. As if it can't outplay, it totally can. It can totally solo, but it's totally beatable. So I would prioritize other things on the ban list over that, like Liang or Duan Huang or the Lady Frost, even an Arc. You know, things like that are really important. Anyways, that's it for that video.
Checkmate.
I have to give credit, you know, with my team that without them it couldn't be possible.
Pretty flawless. Liu Shan, if I say so myself. A little bit less macro though, because I was venting it, you know. Anyways, Dodgy gets a 14 here. Yui did good with a 735. She didn't really feed. She's still Survival Legend here. I was Survival Legend with a 119, so 19 KDA. And again, a 17 on the Arc with MVP S. I got an S as well. Gara was in a little bit of trouble, but she still pulled off a 3.0 and above KDA with a 16.5. So really good stuff. Kind of took the cake there for the KDA. You notice that a lot in many of my videos. I'm just unkillable, unstoppable, the Sonic iffy. Whatever. Anyways, briefly looking over the builds. Just trying to upsell myself so you know my credibility and my reputation. Anyways, looking over the builds, everything looks fine on our side. I can't say there's a problem with that. And even though Dodgy was talking a little bit of shit, the reality is that build is good. She picked up the Unsatiable there, which gives great magic still. She picked up the Book, which has like 350 magical attack. So that's your AP ability power. She picked up the Void Staff, basically, or the Armor Penetration, Ability Penetration Correction for 45%. And then she picked up the Scepter there. So really good build. And had the Ability Penetration Boots. So great to see. She really had a good build. Just a lot of trash talking. Anyways, so looking briefly on the other side. Looks good. Everything's good. Even on the Lady, especially having that Master Sword there with that extra burst and the Armor Penetration start. You'll see a lot of ladies do that, and then they'll use their one skill and get an absurd level of range. It's kind of a broken amount of range. Definitely overpowered for sure. Maybe not broken, but they can really poke you out of the game. It feels like a high note in regards to that, and you do see a lot of pros playing that. So all their builds is fine, and ladies is definitely meta. So let's go into the metrics real quick before it's over. High participation ratings, for sure. Lady a little worrisome though. Had really low team fighting. Not sure what happened with that, so I can't speak about that in objective realism if I don't know what happened there. Have time in my own little world, kind of a self-absorbed type of mentality I have. But I'm here, you know. I'm here. Anyways, 30% on the Garo, even though she had a rough match. Again, pulling up that 3-point-something KDA. Pretty good stat there. She was still doing her job. Again, 23% on the Arc. Really good stuff. 33% on the damage taken. Really high number. That is a pro-level MLG number. Really put in that work there. Decent job on the 20% and 18% on the Dodgy and Yui. So, pretty good stuff. Their team, their damage was spread out evenly, so they was all putting in some effort. It just didn't pan out. So, pretty high level stuff on this 26% here on that Invisible Champion as well. So, good stuff there. Anyways, back to this part here. We had 7 turrets here. Rule number 3, get those turrets, get those objectives, control the map. That's part of the macro. You need to be able to control your opponents. And part of that is also rule number 5, picking composition that allows you to control them, push them, oppress them, things like that. Secure your micro macro at any cost. So we also got 2 Tyrants and an Overlord, and they only got 2 Overlords. So that was helping them stop us. So that's why this was a little bit of a longer video. Dealing with those Overlords can be difficult, sends 2 dragons, and that does take time, and they do push the lane by themselves. So watch out when people take that. The pressure definitely starts heavily going in their favor when they pick that up. Again, that's about it for this video. So check the tier list. Again, that's all subject to change. It's pretty perfect. I might be adjusting the Gao Mo there and putting up a little higher because he has absurd damage. He's always had absurd damage, but it does get pretty predictable, and it's kind of hard for him to be in position. So we'll be doing that real quick. We'll probably update that tomorrow. And then just remember, analyze, evolve, win. Check the description for the 5 rules so you can stay in the know of what I'm referring to when I say rule number this or that. It is in chronological order of how you should play and the things you should be prioritizing. So that should help your mind wrap all the micro macro up in reference to the things I'm saying. And then check those 3 steps to gaming success. That should also set you up for some success. That being said, have a good day or night. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Till then, bye.